Hi, my name is Sam Taggart, and I run DDD Experts, and I've trained thousands of solar reps all over the country and was a VP of sales of solar for a couple years. And in this video, I'm going to go over the 4 reasons why sales reps turn solar into a scam. And a lot of you are probably like, what the freak, Sam? But I'm just going to call a spade a spade. And it's very important that you pay attention to this video because you might be scamming people without even knowing because your trainer was bad at training. So first off, if you haven't got DDDU Solar, go check out our online training platform with hundreds of videos on exactly what to say, do, pitch, overcome objections, in-home presenting, hidden cameras on the doors, all the stuff you need to know how to sell it the right way from the best of the best. But what I'm going to go into is really important, and it means a lot to me because I've actually witnessed firsthand reps that thought they were selling the right way, didn't. So the first one is the tax credit. So I go out to Maryland to go film some videos for DDDU, and I was filming with a manager, and I was like, hey, you're a top rep, let me film some stuff from you. And I was like, so what do you say? And he's like, okay, well, you're guaranteed to get this tax credit. It comes in the spring. And I was like, well, I only make like 30 grand a year. He goes, oh no, that doesn't matter. You'll get the tax credit. And I was like, we're in a training video. You can't say that. How a tax credit works is $1 going into taxes is $1 coming out to taxes. If you don't pay into taxes because you don't have really a high income, then you're not going to get the tax credit that first year. You can roll the tax credit into future years, but there are people that don't pay taxes. There are people that literally make no money, and for you to promise them a $15,000 check in the spring and them to be under that assumption is actually going to be misrepresentation. So an easy way to do it is just be like, hey, I'm not a tax professional. I can only explain exactly what it is. It's not a tax refund, it's a tax credit. But make sure that you don't oversell and don't overpromise just because you're looking to get some commission, because you won't even see the customer in 16, 12 months once they're going to try to get tax credit, and they're like out of sight, out of mind for you, but it's a big deal for them. The second one is they lie about the offset. Now, I remember when I first got into solar, there was a company, I'm not gonna say names, so I'm out selling and I go to a home and I pitch 100% offset and they have another bid for 100% offset. Well, I'm pitching a 10 kilowatt system and they're pitching a 6 kilowatt system. And they're like, well, this guy's giving it to me for 20 grand. Why is yours 40 grand? And I was like, I don't know. Like, why? Yeah, that's a big difference. He's like, well, I'm going to go with the guys. They're giving it to me for 20 grand. And I was like, well, let me look at it. And what they were doing is they were saying 80% offset. And then they were giving them 20 light bulbs to change out on their LED. And they were saying that the rest of the offset was going to come from changing out their LED lights. And I was like, it's not going to change 20% of your offset by just changing out a few of your light bulbs. No offense, sir. The third reason is they overpromise on production. So what I mean by that is when somebody says you're not going to have a power bill no matter what, like, hey, I'm getting rid of your power bill, that's a lie. You can have a power bill. My sister that I sold solar to called me and she's like, hey, we're having about $100 power bill after you put solar on. And I go, well, let me look at your usage from when you sent me the usage to what your usage is now. Well, it turns out she started using a pool, they built the shed, they started adding more things to create things that consume more electricity, therefore she has $100-something power bill. But had I sold her under the expectation of saying, hey, you're never gonna have a power bill now that you have solar, then that would be misrepresentation as well. Assuming you used exactly the same power that you used last year, that would be then where you would not have a power bill if I'm giving you 100% offset, and if the sun did the same thing as the 20-year running average that we pulled from an engineering software to calculate this offset. But hypothetically, we could have a really cloudy year and that could offset that sun a little bit. And hypothetically, you could have one of your in-laws come and stay at your house for an extra month, which could then offset your consumption. So it's make sure that you don't overstate the production or the offset and say you're never going to have a power bill. And then the last one is they just represent the utility company the wrong way. So a lot of people, they say, oh, the utility company's incentivizing this, the utility companies hate this, the utility companies tax this, and every utility company is different. So just make sure that you're not playing like the hater on the utility company. Like you can say that is a competitor essentially of ours. I'm switching from paying them to this, but make sure you understand and research each utility standpoint on solar, because some of them do pay like an SREC or some kind of dividend or rebates, and some of them don't. Some of them tax solar. And so if you don't understand the utility company and how to represent their net metering rules, their fees, their stance on solar, then you might misrepresent their opinions on solar. And what happens is the customer goes and researches and they go talk to friends and they get a different story that makes you look bad. So make sure that when you're selling solar, you're doing it with integrity and you're doing it the right way. Why do I say this? It's because it sells itself. You're typically saving people on a monthly. You help them have an asset on their house. You're helping provide energy for the clean energy, and you're making money. It's a win-win-win. You don't have to cut corners and try to be some shady dude to see if you could close more deals. I know that the top performers out there, some of the best, do it with such high integrity. And so if they can do it, you don't have to do some low-level sales technique to try to get them to sign. Go out there, sell with integrity, sell with hustle, and sell like your life depends on it. And I promise you'll make more money than you'd ever make in your life. I promise. So if you got some value out of this, I hope you guys subscribe to the channel. So smash the little subscribe button and go check out some more of our videos in the future, because we're here to help unify, up-level, and bring honor and integrity to the solar industry. And it's so fun to watch how the solar industry is booming. Near and dear to my heart. I got into it when I was in 2015, and it's just been fun to watch how it's developed since. So appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next video.